Hi, I'm Chris, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. I've got a big trip coming up. I'm visiting Cannes in France and I want to take some of the best fragrances. These are 10 out of 10 fragrances I'm taking with me. For the first time, I'm attending the TFWA exhibition in France. It's all tax-free goods. Fragrance is a big part of that. It's all held in Cannes in the south of France on the French Riviera, the exact same place as the Cannes Film Festival. There's yacht parties, rooftop parties, beach parties, just endless parties. It all sounds a bit of a bore, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't go. Right, so I want to take some fantastic fragrances. I don't want to take full bottles. I'm going to take either little samples that I have of the fragrances, or I'm going to take some decants of bigger bottles that I have. But every single fragrance I'm taking, I've really thought about. I want to make an impact. I want to really enjoy them. The first one I'm going to take is one that I've really loved this year. This has been a brand new release from Amouage, and fortunately, they gave me a full bottle, but also they gave me a little sample set. This is the Amouage Timber Pocket Set, but it doesn't just have timber in, it also has King Blue and Royal Tobacco. The one I'm going to take is Timber from this set. Really enjoyed it. It's just a very easy to wear, but impactful woody fragrance. There's spices in there. It's beautiful. I'm hoping it's still going to be pretty warm in the south of France end of September, early October, so maybe I don't want to take anything too heavy. And I think Timber really ticks the box because it's impactful and it does have a weight to it. It has gravitas. I think it's attention grabbing, but I don't think it's going to be too much. It's not too much in the heat, so this isn't going to be obnoxious because it's going to get heated up too much and radiate too much. Having said that, sometimes when I've been in really hot places, the fresh fragrances, they don't seem to punch through the heat, the humidity, so I do end up wearing slightly heavier fragrances. Anyway, I think Timber's going to be perfect. I love the smell. This is probably going to be an evening wear fragrance, so one of the parties that I go to, I think I'll be rocking Timber. A fragrance that I traditionally love to travel with is Bleu de Chanel. I travelled once to Portugal when I bought my first bottle of the EDP. I wore it loads on that trip. I've got great memories of travelling through airports, of being in the heat of Lisbon, on the Algarve in Portugal. I was in Spain as well wearing that fragrance, so I've got some great travel memories. So when the new L'Exclusif came out and when I received a sample with my bottle, I thought that would be perfect. Perfect because it still has that beautiful Bleu de Chanel, fresh, fruity, incense, woody smell that reminds me of traveling, but it's a little deeper, it's a little richer. I find it just a little muskier and a bit naughtier. Naughty blue, hey, how can I resist taking this with me on a trip to the south of France? The fact that I have a travel sample kind of swung it for me as well because I didn't want to take a bottle. So this fragrance I think will be perfect because it's fresh, it's light, but it's also got, again, it's got some depth and some gravitas to it, especially this new L'Exclusif version. So I think it'll be a great daytime fragrance. Going to be walking around the Croisette. I'm going to be going in the exhibition, seeing brands. So as a daytime fragrance in the sun, I think this one will be absolutely perfect. I don't think Cannes is going to be too hot like it would have been in the summer, but it's still going to be warm, and I think Bleu de Chanel will be perfect. It reminds me of the sea, and by the sea, this is coming with me. A brand that I'm actually having a meeting with when I go out to Cannes is Atelier des Ors, and they have sent me their newest fragrance. This is a Novae Vanilla. Wow, look at this bottle. Atelier des Ors bottles are traditionally just beautiful with the gold flakes inside. I love the Seahorse Atelier des Ors logo that's on the front of this one, but what makes this bottle look even better is the colour of the juice. Look how dark and inviting that looks. This fragrance was an instant love for me. I sprayed it on, I was immediately reminded of creme brulee desserts, and one of my favourite desserts, if I'm not having a chocolate mousse, is creme brulee. Gorgeous, creamy, sweet creme brulee with that hardened brown burnt sugar on the top of it. Chef's kiss, and it's chef's kiss to this fragrance as well, in addition to the vanilla, because it's not just a vanilla fragrance, there's other things going on. It's very textured. There's mimosa here. Mimosa I always think of maybe it's the mimosa cocktail that is a little fruity, a little elegant, slightly fresh. I don't really get too much of that in this. I think it is adding a lightness to the fragrance, so it's not weighed down by a vanilla that is too dense. So it plays with a little light and dark, but there's also a delicious little bit of sea salt. So think of a salted caramel, but with vanilla instead of the caramel. So we get a little bit of sea salt, so again, appropriate for being in a place by the ocean. A gorgeous vanilla, a little bit of light elegance sprinkled in there from the mimosa. The vanilla, I have to point out in this, smells really high quality. It doesn't smell like a vanillin or a recreation of vanilla like we get in a lot of fragrances, particularly designer fragrances. This smells like full-on, real, natural vanilla. And that sort of vanilla for me has a little bit of a dirtiness, a little bit of an animalic quality, which I think just goes with that creamy creme brulee like vanilla perfectly. And what it does, most importantly for me, is it gives the vanilla some backbone. It gives the fragrance some backbone. If a fragrance is just vanilla, if it's too vanilla, that's fine, nice, it's pleasant, but my fragrances, I like to have a backbone, and this has that. So it smells fantastic, a little bit gourmand-like, beautiful, natural vanilla with a bit of backbone.
If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store, luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands, plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description.
Speaking of backbone, this one has it, and this one always comes with me on my fragrance travels. I cannot go anywhere without this Amouage Reflection 45. I don't need to say too much about this fragrance because I've said it all before, but I just love this take on Reflection, man. It's a little more robust and has a bit more backbone than the original Reflection, man. This has become a fragrance for me that I travel with, so great that I'm traveling with it to France, but also a scent that really kind of feels a little bit lame to say and a little bit cliched, but it kind of empowers me, gives me a bit of extra confidence. Whenever I spray Reflection 45 on, I just know it's going to work. I know it's going to make me feel great. You know when you're wearing an item of clothing and you're just pleased with how it hangs off you and it makes you feel confident about your whole image? Well, this does that for me. If I dress this up with the right sort of clothes, I spray Reflection 45 on, I am walking out into the world feeling like the best version of me. So that's the most important reason I wear this fragrance. Another little nice byproduct is that it usually gets a ton of compliments. People absolutely adore this. So fragrance that makes me feel amazing and gets a few compliments, no brainer. This next one is a brand new release from Gucci. A reason why I've decided to take this is because when I bought a bottle directly from Gucci, it came with a sample, and I thought, what better to take it, particularly because I am enjoying it so much. This is Gucci Guilty Absolu. If you are familiar with the very good Gucci Guilty Elixir, this smells very similar. It's got those powdery white florals, it's got that almond smell, but this one has some smooth, sweet, warming, boozy rum and leather. It does smell very similar to Elixir. I think if you've got Elixir, you probably don't need to get Absolu, but maybe if you finish Elixir or you haven't got Elixir yet, Absolu is definitely one to smell and probably the one out of the two to go for. It's got more backbone because of the rum, because of the leather. It just has a little bit more attitude, which I really love. It's not a strong, potent leather note. I think the leather is just adding a bit of a robust quality to the scent, but that dreamy, smooth, boozy rum in the top when you first spray this just draws you in more so than Elixir did for me, which is why I slightly prefer this out the two. So very similar, but a bit more textured, a bit more structured, just a little bit more going on, and that really works for me. I'm really loving it. I can travel with a little sample. Winner. This is a fragrance from Creed that never lets me down, that I feel I can always rely on. It's always got my back. It's always a solid choice. I love the smell. Again, it makes me feel great. I think it's really impactful, definitely a statement-making fragrance. This is Absolu Aventus. This definitely has that original Aventus DNA, but I think it intensifies everything. The pineapple is juicier, the black currant is darker and also juicier. It smells smoky, it's got some darker spices in it. For me, this improves on Aventus. Since this was released, I've just been loving it more and more the more I've worn it. I've been around friends who've been wearing this and it smells fantastic. I love what they did with this. It smells so high quality. The depth is incredible. I think this is the best version of Aventus you can buy at the moment. The original Aventus used to be a little darker, a little smokier, have more backbone. More recent formulations of Aventus have lost that a little bit, but I think it's brought back with Absolu. Love this, it's a real statement scent. I think this is gonna be an evening choice for me. One of the events I'm going to in Cannes is on a beach. It's a beach party, and it is to celebrate the launch of this fragrance. The brand sent it to me. I really loved it, and I thought it would be perfect, not only for a Jovoy party on a beach, but perfect for the south of France. This is the new Halong Bay. This is an out-and-out mango fragrance, but as well as the mango, there's black pepper, cardamom, leather, cypriol, cedarwood, amberwood, and patchouli. So mango's nice and everything. I love a mango. I love to eat a mango. I love to smell a mango. But when it comes to a fragrance, I don't just want to smell like a mango, but this is more than that. This is a mango with backbone. You get that bright, juicy fruitiness of a perfectly ripe mango, but it's layered, it's structured with other things as well. Probably the cypriol, the leather, just adding some slight darkness, making the fragrance a little more robust, a bit more textured. I feel like mango's trending right now. We've got black mango from Born to Stand Out. There's Unique Fragrances Mango-nificent. There's a few others. I feel like I keep smelling mango. It's just a note that's trending. And for me, this is a really good one. I love this caramelized sweetness that it has, this punchy spiciness with the black pepper, the cardamom. So it's kind of got those far-reaching, compliment-getting sort of notes in the top, and I think this one is going to be a compliment-getting fragrance. And damn, this bottle is so fine. That is what I'm taking with me to Cannes. If you want to come with me on the trip, make sure you follow my Instagram, because I'll be putting some daily updates on there about what's going on. I've never been there before, so don't really know how everything's going to play out, but I think it's going to be good. What do you think about the fragrances that I've chosen? Have you had experience with these? I know some of them are pretty new, but let me know in the comments. I think they're all absolute nailed on bangers. I cannot wait to take these with me to Cannes, to the TFWA on the French Riviera. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.